Hello there, welcome back to this another YouTube video tutorial on how to create a two-page simple resume which is a good looking and a attractive resume as well. So in this video I'm going to create with the help of Microsoft Word. I'm not going to use any high professional tools like Adobe Photoshop, where you will be having a lot of things like layers, then brushes and all. I'm not going to use that kind of that high-end professional tools. So with the help of just Microsoft Word, I'm using the floating objects. I'm using the text boxes to float around the pages, because this gives me a good level of precision on how I align the lines, the tools, the shapes, so that it gives me a good outcome. Okay, so I'm going to draft out what are the important things that you are to be mentioning on your resume. So to the top left corner you will be having your name, full name, and to the top right corner you can add your email address and contact details. And after that you need to draft out the important things, and these are to be mentioned on the first page of your resume. So the objectives, the academic qualifications, work experience if you have any, and academic projects, and you can also add achievements on the first page of your resume. So objectives needs to be just 2 to 3 line objectives. You are gonna write how you will be a good fit for the organization, and what are your future plans that needs to be in your career objective. Of academic qualification, you can either have a tabular format or you can also write in 2 to 3 lines. Then work experience, you need to mention the period of your work and what was your CTC cost to company, and your manager details if they want to have a back-end test. Okay, and if you have done any academic projects you can write in the first page, and your personal things like co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities, your personal hobbies, strengths and weakness are to be mentioned onto the second page of your resume. And after writing all those things, you need to declare that everything written in these 2 pages is true to your knowledge, and you have to sign this document, and then after that you need to send this to your interviewer. Most probably your interviewer will not have enough time to read out each and every line of your resume, so you are just going to create a highlighted resume. Everything you write must be short and simple. You should not write a descriptive resume, because this gives a negative impact. Always use simple language and a professional formal font for your resume, and please maintain the font sizes throughout your resume, and font family, whatever you're using the font, it should be consistent throughout the resume. If you're using Times New Roman, then throughout the document it should be Times New Roman. And if you are using for subheadings 18, then throughout the subheadings of your document it should be 18. And if you are using headlines as 20 font size, then throughout the document it should be 20 for headings. So I'm adding my full name to the top left corner. I'm just creating a sample, and if you're interested you can go through this now, and you can create afterwards, or you can also create side by side by just opening up your Microsoft Word document. So my first things are done. I have added a simple tag to the top left corner and a name, and my contact details to the top right corner. And now I'm just dividing my page into 1:2 ratio. And after doing that, it's up to you if you want any design, like I have added a shadow to the left of the line. And after that, if you have a decent image of you, then you can add that image to the top left corner of just below your name. Okay. I'm going to insert my image in a circle because that gives a good look. I'm just gonna use that shape fill, and in shape fill I'm gonna use picture as shape fill. And please have a formal attire of your photo because that gives a good impact for your resume. Never ever use a t-shirt with abusive icons or any abusive logos, fonts, anything that can give a negative impact for your resume. It's recommended if you have a formal, and if you use any spectacles, then please make sure your photo doesn't have any glare on that. Multiple text boxes, and I'm gonna align all them to the way I want them. So just below the image, I'm just gonna add my basic details, my full name, my date of birth, my nationality. And to the top right, I'm gonna add a simple subheading, my career objective, and what is that. And then after that, I'm just gonna add a academic qualification subheading, and below that I'm gonna add the body for that. And make sure you have a proper spacing between these objects, these text boxes, because spacing is also important. That can either be 5 mm of spacing. And if you're elaborating all the work experience, if you have more data of experience, if you have more data of your work experience, elaborate that. And if you don't have any projects at your college level, you can just omit that. So I'm just speeding up this process, and I will be adding more and more text boxes because these are required for aligning, for writing the document. Okay, I'm just gonna name that first box as career objective. I'm gonna use Lato font family and of size 12 font size, and then academic qualifications on the second subheading box, then work experience and in uppercase. And similarly, I'm gonna fill out the remaining things. So make sure everything related to your work qualifications, your career objectives, whatever the big sentences you are going to have, that you can add to the right corner, right side of your page, and to the left page, to the left side of your page, you can add your strengths, weaknesses, your hobbies, your basic details like your nationality, date of birth, and all, and your skill set. You can also have a pie chart of your skill set, or a bar chart, or a histogram of your skills, anything that gives a professional look, a good look. Okay. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you my resume, how I created. Okay, this is just a sample resume. I'm not gonna fill out each and everything of this document. I'm just gonna get all the Lords and Ipsum data. I'm just gonna fill out this text boxes, and here I'm down the basic things like full name, date of birth, and the nationality. Okay. And if you're working in any other country, then you need to mention your visa status as well, just below the address. Okay. Okay, we look good until now, and I'm gonna add this extracurricular and hobbies, strengths and weakness to the left side of this page. I'm done with the first page. You can either add the skills to the right side of your page or left side. It's up to you. If you have any skills related to different domains. You can write it as a descriptive, or you can either highlight the technologies that you are familiar with in the left side of your page. Okay, now I'm just gonna fill this thing, extracurricular activities, in uppercase. Let me get some Lords and Ipsum data. So after getting the sample Lords and Ipsum data, I'm gonna add that to the text boxes so that I can have a decent idea about how, after filling out the resume, it will look like. Okay, and with regard to the academic qualifications, I'm gonna add that using liners. I'm gonna add one liner, and below every line I'm gonna add the college name, the city in which I have pursued it. This must be accompanied with this course to the right of it. I'm just using simple rectangular boxes, and you can also do this thing using a tabular form, but tabular form can also take a lot of space. I'm just avoiding it. Make sure your design looks decent, because we don't want any irregularities with regard to the design. Just be consistent throughout irregularities with regard to the design. Just be consistent throughout the document. I'm gonna add light colored rectangular boxes here. I'm speeding up this process because it took me around 10 minutes to just adjust everything, alignment of every object. So with regard to the work experience, you need to write the company name and the period for which you have worked, and below every company name you need to write the description. The description must consist about your roles and what kind of technologies have you worked on, and you can also mention the manager's name, your supervisor's name, so that they can have a background check. And skills, yeah, this is good if you have skills, and these skills are to be highlighted in a separated box. I just programming skills and web technological skills and all those things. And you can also highlight using bulleted boxes, bulleted lines, bullet list. So I'm just gonna add the strengths, hobbies and weaknesses to the left side of the page. And I'm speeding up this process, so be patient while you are creating your document. You can list them down to the by numbering them, and in the declaration you need to declare everything is true for your knowledge. So that's it. So after this, I'm going to show you how a sample I have created for my own resume. And also, when you are exporting this, never ever send this soft copy to any interviewer as a doc format, because the alignment may change as per their version of Microsoft Office. We are creating in 2016 version of Microsoft Office. So when going down to Microsoft Office 2010 or Office Suite 365 or any other version, the alignment may be different or it may change. So while exporting, please export this as a PDF file. Okay. Now after exporting this as a PDF file, it will open in any Adobe reader or any PDF reader. So this is how the file looks like. This is the first page we have drafted, and the second page, this is the front page of our resume, and then this is the second page. So we are done with the resume, and now I'm gonna open a sample resume of mine. So this is how I have created my resume, and I have added few icons. These are the icons that I have downloaded from the Google Images website, and these images needs to be in PNG format because they need to be transparent. Alright, Just search for any icon name and then icon space png. Then you're good to go. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe for more updates.